Good afternoon, Colin here with Techout, and today we have an important message for Samsung users, specifically those using Samsung Messages who wish to continue using RCS or Rich Communication Service on their device. A lot of carriers in the US are not going to be supporting the Samsung Messages app on RCS. And that includes one of the largest carriers, Verizon. And Verizon has been sending out text messages and emails to some of the users who are on Samsung Messages, letting them know of this change. And this change will occur on January 6th, 2025. So if you use RCS, which includes features like read receipts, typing indications, rich messages and photos, and encryption and stuff like that, if you're using the Samsung Messages app, which is this one right here, you are going to lose that feature on Verizon coming at January 6, 2025, and maybe some other carriers as well coming in the near future. And of course, most likely all the prepaid carriers that run on the Verizon network, as well as the Samsung Messages app will not be certified to work on RCS. So they are telling you guys to switch over to Google Messages, which is this one right here. I've been using Google Messages all along anyway. I haven't used Samsung Messages ever since Google Messages was pre-installed and the default on the phone out of the box. Samsung Messages was a pretty good application, but Google Messages, kind of just surpassed that in my opinion. So once they made that the default, a lot of people thought that Samsung Messages was going to start going away, and it kind of is. It is still updated, but like I said, it is starting to lose some of those features just because Samsung does not want to certify it on a lot of major US carriers for RCS, which is basically the new and current messaging standard over SMS. iPhones now support RCS, so if you want your read receipts and your typing indicators to work on iPhones and other Android devices, you're going to want to be using RCS, and it's a lot more secure as well. So you're going to want to switch over to Google Messages. Most new Samsung devices will come with Google Messages, either one pre-installed out of the box, or it's going to be your default messaging application anyway. So unless you opened your new S24 Ultra or S24, whatever the case may be, and change that, it's probably already the default for most devices in the past year or so. But if not, you can go to the Play Store, and if it's not already on your phone, you can search it. It's just Google Messages. It'll likely just come right up. Oops, I put a period in there, but it's still Google Messages right here. I'm on the beta. You don't have to run the beta, but that's just something that's enabled right here on the Play Store. It'll just download the regular version for you unless you select something else. And then when you open the app, if it's not already the default, it'll ask you to set the default. You can also do it on the app's settings on here. If I can find it, apps right here. And then there's going to be a section for choose default apps and the SMS app right here, which is just the messages. Now they're both just called messages, so if you're confused, again, the white outer edge with the blue text bubble in there, that is Google Messages. The white text bubble with the 3 dots is Samsung Messages. So you're going to want the one I have chosen here to make sure you're running on Google Messages to continue using RCS. Like I said, right now, this is mainly a Verizon thing, but other carriers are probably going to be following suit here shortly as well. But Verizon is one of the major carriers. I believe there's some over in the UK I've seen over on X that are doing the same thing around the same time frame. So just be prepared for that. And if you do lose RCS support, maybe you may not get a text from your carrier. If it just stops working or something, maybe try changing your messaging application and seeing if that resolves your issue. I'm Colin with Techout. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.